Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you here to Parkside Junior High School. On the outskirts of Normal, Illinois, it is the final night of junior high girls basketball here in the state of Illinois, and you're watching exclusive coverage of the Class 4A 8th grade state tournament here on Central Illinois Sports. We are getting you ready for the first of two games here tonight. First up, it'll be our third place contest between the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs and the Bolingbrook Jane Addams Mustangs. Both teams won a game, lost a game back here in the quarterfinal day on Saturday. Mahomet-Seymour chasing its best ever finish in school history to claim a third place trophy here tonight. And the team from Jane Addams also looking to do the same here in our third place contest. Our championship game, scheduled to start around 7:30, will feature Dunlap taking on Mount Zion in what we expect to be a very exciting contest. You're watching the pregame show here on Central Illinois Sports. When we come back after a word from our sponsors who help bring us high school and junior high basketball all winter long on our platform, we'll start telling you about these two teams and the seasons they've had so far. You're watching the IESA Girls Basketball Championships live on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the perfect gifts for this holiday season.
Come in and check out all of the great gift ideas like hunting accessories, clothing, gun safes, guns and bows.
Let Game Masters help you with your holiday shopping.
Go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection.
And don't forget gift cards for those hard-to-buy loved ones. Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
Game Masters in Quincy. We're passionate about the outdoors.
Hey, grab me one too.
We welcome you back here on the pregame show live from Normal Parkside Junior High School for the third place contest in our 8th grade Class 4A state finals. It's Mahomet-Seymour taking on Bolingbrook Jane Addams in our third place contest here tonight. Let's tell you a little bit about the Bulldogs from Mahomet-Seymour and their weekend here back on Saturday. This team came out on a bonfire game against the defending state champions. And Madsen Colin Powell defeated them 34-10. We were told Colin Powell's best player was not in the contest and not even in uniform. We were unable to verify why that might have been the case. But either way, the length and height of this Mahomet-Seymour team was just way, way too much for the Eagles of Colin Powell to bear as Mahomet-Seymour rolled to the 34-10 victory in the quarterfinal. In the semifinals, they took on a very, very good Mount Zion team who will be in the championship game later tonight. They lost to Mount Zion 36-14. It's the second time this season they've lost to Mount Zion. Mount Zion defeated them early in the regular season by a score of 39-16 as Mahomet-Seymour was unable to get past that stifling defensive press of the Braves of Mount Zion. For this team from Mahomet-Seymour, it's been a little bit of a weird season for them. They started the season 8-2, lost 5 of their seven last regular season games before even getting into the postseason. They were able to defeat Champaign Edison 34-28 and Urbana Middle School 36-28 to win their regional championship, and then defeated University Park Crete Monet 30-27 in the sectional. This team only allows 16 points a game while scoring 30 of their own. They are led by a very, very strong front court. Very tall, very lanky young ladies in the names of Penelope Bird and Charlotte Sinclair. Penelope Bird has 15 points in 2 games for the Bulldogs. Charlotte Sinclair has chipped in with 12. The third part of that front court attack is Katie Hunter, a very nice, versatile forward who's able to handle the ball a little bit in the backcourt if needed, attacks very well from the short corner in the high post. She chipped in with 5, but she is able to move the ball very well for this Bulldogs team. Rounding out some of the other players you'll see tonight, Audra Martin, Marley Cloward in the backcourt ball handling duty role, along with Lily Freeman, Lily Meyer. Nora Wang will get some minutes here at some point in the evening, and many more here on Jimmy Lanfear's roster. This is the 11th trip to state for this program, and a third-place win tonight would give them the best finish they have had in school history. That's the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll tell you more about the Mustangs of Bolingbrook. Jane Addams, you're watching the pregame show here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Is your little boy or girl off the naughty list? Well, don't miss your last chance to get toys at a huge sale December 17th at your local Farm Home Supply. Here are some of our favorite deals, including this Build-A-Buddy tractor for under $20 and this huge remote control buggy for under $50. And get 25% off our huge selection of Melissa & Doug, including barn and pizzas. And get 20% off all games and puzzles, including a new favorite, Chicken Poo Bingo. And one of our best sellers from last year's back, this toy hauler is under $25. See all these deals and more right now at farmandhomesupply.com.
Hey, West Central Illinois, are you looking for a great deal on a vehicle? Well, at Westtown Ford, we have a lot full of vehicles. Cars, trucks, vans, SUVs. We've got them all, and a lot of them at Westtown Ford in Jacksonville.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that, it looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
We do a procedure called a transcatheter aortic valve replacement, and we call it TAVR.
TAVR is state of the art. It wasn't really available worldwide until the early 2000s.
It's a minimally invasive procedure in order to replace the valve.
I'm number 1.
I was number 100. Years ago, they would have to do open heart surgery, and now they don't.
Had I not had it done, I would not be here today. I feel like I'm living on a bonus of blessings.
Welcome you back to the pregame show here on Central Illinois Sports for exclusive coverage of the 8th grade IESA Class 4A state championships here from Normal Parkside. We just told you about the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. Let's introduce you to the Bolingbrook's Jane Addams Mustangs. Christina Miller at the helm for this young, very small squad on the roster. But this is a team that's been undefeated in the regular season for the last 2 years. Undefeated this season, they finally suffered a defeat in the semifinals here back on Saturday, a 37-27 loss to Dunlap. They opened up the weekend taking on New Lenox Liberty in a 24-22 ball game. Very exciting way to start off our 10 a.m. quarterfinal here from Normal Parkside. They just struggled a little bit against Dunlap Middle School, a little too much, a little slow start for this team offensively as the lid was on the basket for the Mustangs, and they could not overcome the 10-point deficit in the end. This team led by a very, very nice forward in the name of Maria Lofton, 25 points to lead her team in 2 games here for the Mustangs. And in the backcourt, a really talented, very quick, very fun point guard to watch in Jonice Aiken. She has chipped in 10 points in 2 games. A big front court here again for the Mustangs as well. Chloe Reeves on the inside along with Leilani Aguilera. They expect to put up some points here tonight in what should be a really fun matchup of front court post play here tonight from both teams. Expect to see some minutes from Ryan Evans here as well. She's a nice little secondary guard, able to move the ball, able to penetrate on the baseline very well for the Mustangs, and really open some things up for this post with her ability to get to the cup. For the Mustangs, 7th trip here to the program, state program. They lost last season in the quarterfinals to Mount Zion 42-25, so they'll be looking to take home a trophy here. Just happy to be one step closer in the season as they get to play on the last day of action here for junior high girls basketball. We remind you, championship game coming up here around 7:30 tonight. Your subscription to Central Illinois Sports Tonight gets you access into games from all 4 classes here tonight. If you want to skip around, see what's happening across the rest of the state, we've got the rest of our team set up at all 4 sites here tonight in what should be some exciting junior high basketball action. We're going to step aside. They have some introductory remarks to get past, and when we come back, it'll be the third place contest here from Normal Parkside. It's Bolingbrook, Jane Addams, and Mahomet-Seymour coming up live on Central Illinois Sports.
Griffin Signs and Time at 122 South 9th Street in Quincy is a full-service sign company that can complete any project, from fully wrapping your entire fleet of vehicles, digital signs, storefronts, to creating small banners and signs. The right and professional signage is the difference of getting the job, heading folks in the correct direction to find you, or creating a brand recognition for potential customers. Put the right signs in your customer's mind with Griffin Signs and Time. Call 217-228-7470.
Seed selection is one of the important decisions required to achieve yield goals. Logan Agri-Service represents top seed lines in the industry like Lewis Hybrids, Stein Seed, and AgriGold, and focuses on products developed to meet or exceed our customers' expectations. Sit down with one of our experienced local seed experts who will work with you to help select top-producing corn hybrids and soybean varieties tailored for your specific soils and fertility levels. Or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agri-Service, serving agriculture since 1962.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru, 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
Since 1921, Farmers State Bank of Camp Point has been a vital part of our community's history. We are proud of our growth, our community leadership, and our success, which is only possible because of all those who shared this journey with us. We are grateful to the generations of loyal customers, families, businesses, employees, officers, and directors who have shaped not only our story, but our entire communities. Thank you. We look forward to serving you and your future generations for the next 100 years. Farmers State Bank and Camp Point. Together, we are a strong, united community.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Barry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Make your dream kitchen and bath a reality with help from Pike County Lumber. We'll create a design to fit your lifestyle and your needs. Quartz countertops, quality onyx that offers dozens of colors. From start to finish, trust the knowledge and experience at Pike County Lumber.
I love training. I like to help people improve on their tasks. That food has been providing everything for me. They just treat you so well. When my life needed an opportunity, I chose that.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
At Full Throttle Parts, we do spray-on bed liners, a brand called Patriot Liner. It is very elite. It actually enhances the resale value of anything you put it on or off-road.
Go Full Throttle!
Go Full Throttle.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
Welcome you back here to Central Illinois Sports. Let's introduce you to the starting 5 here for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs, a record of 29 coming into tonight's contest. Jimmy Lanfear, the head coach, Maggie Franklin alongside on the bench. Marley Cloward is an 8th grade guard wearing number 2, along with Lily Freeman, number 5, an 8th grade guard. In the middle, the center, an 8th grader, number 20 is Penelope Bird, along with another forward, the 8th grader, number 30, Katie Hunter, and the third forward, an 8th grader, number 32 is Charlotte Sinclair. It's Cloward, Freeman, Bird, Hunter, and Sinclair for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. On the opposite side, for the Bolingbrook, Jane Addams Mustangs, 23-1 here on the season. Christina Miller, their head coach, Monique Armistead, the assistant. Starting at guard, the 7th grader, number 1, the talented Jonice Akins. At center, an 8th grader, the leading scorer on this team in the tournament so far, number 23 is Maria Lofton. At forward, an 8th grader, number 24 is Ryan Evans. At a forward position, a 7th grader, number 31 is Chloe Reeves. And at the other forward, a 7th grader, number 42, Leilani Aguilera. It'll be Akins, Lofton, Evans, Reeves, and Aguilera for the Bolingbrook Jane Addams Mustangs. We are just about ready to rock and roll here with our first of 2 contests for you tonight here from Normal Parkside. Brian Shoemaker giving you the play-by-play here tonight as we're ready to go here in our first of 2 games. We remind you can bounce around to any of the 4 classes here tonight. Find your favorite game. Tune in. We hope it's this one. We hope you're settled in and cheering for one of these 2 teams here tonight. Mahomet-Seymour with a nice crowd. A little tougher for some of those upstate teams like Bolingbrook to get down here for an early 6 o'clock start, but they've got a few fans here in attendance as well. It'll be Penelope Bird stepping into the middle circle, taking on Maria Lofton for the jump here as they introduce our officials tonight, as they have done all through the state tournaments here. They also award sportsmanship pins to each of our teams here in the Final 4 tonight, and we'll introduce those at the end, as it looks like we're just about ready to jump here. Mahomet-Seymour in the road navy blues with orange letters and numbers. Bolingbrook in their home white with the blue letters and numbers and blue trim, as they'll get the initial tip, and it'll come down into the hands of Jonice Akins. She'll get it down to Evans down in the left corner. They quickly work it around. A little bit of extended pressure here from Mahomet-Seymour. We did not see that in the quarterfinal or semifinal. It's going to be a steal. Sinclair goes up with it, and she will get fouled, and Charlotte Sinclair will go to the free throw line to get our first points of the game on the board. First foul of the night is going to go against Chloe Reeves. That's going to be her first, team first. We remind you, as we remind ourselves all through the season, new rules here in the state of Illinois mean that at 5 team fouls in a quarter, we go to double bonus shooting. There is no more 1-and-1 here in the land of Lincoln. Sinclair knocks them both down. It's a 2-0 ball game here early, and Jane Addams will get their first opportunity here with the basketball. Working the basketball down into the corner. This is Lofton with it. 25 points in 2 games for the talented forward, and she will drag a foot as she was trying to penetrate baseline and find Evans. There was nothing there, and she ends up traveling. Just underway here in the first quarter. 5:25 left to go. It's a 2-0 lead for the Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs. They've got the basketball as they'll face full court pressure. Lily Meyer got the start tonight, over Freeman. She is wearing number 11. They try to work the basketball across the court. They do. They get it to Bird down to Sinclair, and Sinclair gets 2 more very quick points. And it is a 4-0 lead as Charlotte Sinclair has 4 quick points here for the Bulldogs. With the basketballs, Reeves works it down to Lofton down in the far corner. As now it's a little bit of a zone look here from Mahomet-Seymour. Akins' jump shot is no good. It's a loose ball. Akins will come up with it. She'll fire up a 3 from the right wing. It's also no good. Second rebound comes down into the hands of Reeves. She tried to throw it to double coverage and ended up getting tipped away and stolen here by the Bulldogs. Mahomet-Seymour's long, lengthy presence up front court makes it very difficult in a half-court game. Bolingbrook, Jane Addams will have to get into the transition tonight to try and get some early baskets here on the run. Cloward's shot, no good. Rebound comes down into the hands of Maria Lofton. 4:19 left to go here in our opening quarter of the third place contest for Class 4A. It's a long three ball on the way. Shot no good from Reeves. Lofton tried to save it out of bounds. She couldn't get a handle on it, and it will go back to the Bulldogs. Mahomet-Seymour comes in with a record of 20-9. Lost their last 5 of the 7 to lose or end the regular season, of course, but won the last 3 in the postseason, and that's what counts. They get the ball to Meyer, and she'll travel with it. She tries crossing the front court line. She was trying to find Sinclair in transition, and Sinclair's passing lane was shut off, and they'll give it back to the Mustangs. A lot of nice players for both teams on this floor here tonight. We really have enjoyed watching the Mustangs. Just a nice little all-around squad for the team in the white jerseys here tonight. Nice passing team, nice forwards, nice ability to get some rebounds. They're very scrappy on the offensive rebound end. They throw it down in the corner. Reeves steps up, fires it away, and we're going to have an off-ball foul. Foul is going to go against Marley Cloward. That'll be her first personal. Team first of the quarter here against Mahomet-Seymour, as Reeves will go to the free throw line. First one is up, and it's no good for Chloe Reeves. Just underway in our third place contest. Mahomet-Seymour's brought a nice little student section and some cheerleaders here tonight. Always nice to liven the place up here a little bit in our early contest. Second free throw is up and no good. Lofton couldn't get it on the second try. Aguilera tried throwing it out to Evans, and it got tipped out of bounds. Bird and Sinclair just have very, very long wingspans. And Katie Hunter is very, very tenacious, getting her hand in the passing lane as well. Akins with the basketball. She'll take a few dribbles and work it back up to the volleyball line, where the Mustangs will work to reset in half court. Reeves drives baseline, guarded by Cloward, picks it up in the corner. Aguilera trying to get the ball in the post. Instead, they work it back around to Evans on the left side. She'll take a few dribbles. Gets the pick from Lofton as they work it back around to Akins. 3:22 left here in the opening quarter. Aguilera gets it at the free throw line, tosses it back out. It's a shot from Lofton, and it's good. Maria Lofton gets the Mustangs on the board. It's a 4-3 basketball game. Cloward with it. Trying to get it past the Mustangs' full court pressure. It's an overhead pass. They get it now to Cloward, down into Hunter. Hunter's jumper up and no good. It's a rebound from Bird. Penelope Bird gets it down. It's a 6-3 basketball game. Addams with the basketball, works it back over to Reeves now. A little bit of extended pressure as they've got Sinclair at the top of this zone. It's a 3-ball on the way. Akins' shot no good. Katie Hunter will grab the rebound for the Bulldogs. Meyer with the basketball, takes a few dribbles. They work it around to the right side. Penetrating down into the lane. Shot up and no good from Cloward, and Aguilera will grab the rebound. Akins wants to push the tempo here for Jane Addams. Over to Ryan Evans. Drives baseline with it. Cut off at the short corner by Cloward. They'll work it around now. It's a two-pointer on the way from Reeves. It's no good. Aguilera grabs the rebound, tosses it back out to Evans. She thought about a long two. Akins will fire up a three instead. Top of the key is good. Joni Akins knocks it down. It's a 6-6 basketball game. 1:50 left to go here in the first quarter. They'll get it to Bird. Tries it to Cloward, almost stolen away. Now they get it down to Meyer. Sinclair's shot in and out of the rim, no good. Bird went for it, couldn't get a hand on it. Instead, Ryan Evans will be able to chase it down for the Mustangs. A minute and a half left to go here in the opening quarter. They get it into Aguilera. She bodies down up against Hunter. Can't get the shot up, may have been partially blocked, and it'll come down into the hands of the Mustangs. Hunter across the time stripe down into Sinclair. Sinclair back to Bird. Bird's shot no good. Aguilera will grab the rebound, and we're going to get a tie up here. And the jump ball possession arrow will favor Mahomet-Seymour. Checking in here for Mahomet-Seymour, number 33, Audra Martin, along with Lily Freeman, number 5. Hunter will inbound here for Mahomet-Seymour. Looking for an outlet. She gets it up to Bird at the free throw line. Goes through her hands, but Freeman able to pick it up here for the Bulldogs. Cloward with the basketball. Back over to Fryman. She'll dribble it out to the volleyball line. 52 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Cloward almost loses it. Free throw line jumper gets partially blocked. Evans comes down with it. Quick pass into Lofton. It goes through her hands, unfortunately for Jane Addams. It'll be a turnover on the Mustangs, and the Bulldogs will have it here with just under 40 seconds left to go. It's a high pass. The pressure from Jane Addams pays off. They get the turnover. Here comes Lofton with it. Lofton down into the corner to Reeves. She'll drive baseline, and she'll pick up the foul as Audra Martin will get whistled for the bump. For Martin, it'll be her first personal. Team's second of the quarter against Mahomet-Seymour. We'll reset these team fouls at the start of the second quarter. Evans will inbound for the Mustangs. Tosses it back up, Jonice Akins. She's already knocked down one long range. Evans will give it a try. Shot is no good, and Cloward comes down with the board. 20 seconds left to go. Cloward crosses the time stripe, picks it up at the volleyball line. Now they work it into Penelope Bird, and Lofton will get whistled for the foul as she tried a little too much to reach in and get the ball knocked away. Second foul of the quarter against the Mustangs. First against Lofton. Sinclair will check back in for Mahomet-Seymour, and Audra Martin will get in as they try to give themselves just a little more height, and Audra Martin seems to be a little banged up, favoring her right knee as she comes off the floor. They'll toss the basketball in. It's Bird. Cross-court pass over to Hunter. Tosses it into Sinclair. Sinclair's layup go good. Bird gets the rebound. She can't finish. She picks up the offensive rebound, throws it up one more time. It rolls around and down. Penelope Bird gets it at the buzzer, and that's the end of our first quarter of play. It's Mahomet-Seymour 8, Bolingbrook Jane Addams 6. You're watching a third-place game from Class 4A here live on Central Illinois Sports.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy. Oh, boy.
Not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Welcome you back here to Central Illinois Sports, where Mahomet-Seymour has an 8-6 lead over Bolingbrook Jane Addams here in our third-place contest in Class 4A. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Girls Basketball Championships. Jane Addams will get the basketball here to start the second quarter. They'll get over to Chloe Reeves. They quickly work it around. Evans turned. Akins had cut down to the corner, and Evans didn't even notice and just kind of automatically threw that ball, and it went out of bounds. A quick turnover here for the Mustangs. Cloward will drive into the lane, goes up high, gets blocked by Aguilera. Aguilera will pick up the rebound. Nice defensive stop for Leilani Aguilera. She doesn't get out of the post very much, but she is pretty dangerous in there. It's a 3-ball from Akins. It's no good. It's a fight for the loose ball. And the possession arrow will again favor Mahomet-Seymour as Jane Addams was able to get the basketball at the start of the quarter. Just underway here in the second quarter. Brian Shoemaker, your play-by-play here tonight for Central Illinois Sports, as we've got crews at all 4 sites across the state here this evening. They get the basketball down to Bird at the top of the key. She'll give it now down to Hunter. Katie Hunter takes a few dribbles, hands it off to Marley Cloward. They get the basketball, Bird top of the key. Cloward drives in, runner with the right hand is no good. And we'll get a foul that looks like it's going to go against Maria Lofton, and if it is, it's the second against Lofton, and that's a little bit of a problem for Jane Addams. Second for Lofton, first of the quarter, and Bolingbrook will, Mahomet-Seymour will inbound underneath their own basket. They quickly move it. 2 quick passes, gives Hunter the 3-ball. Katie Hunter knocks it down from 19-9. It is an 11-6 ball game here. We have not seen Katie Hunter attempt a lot of threes, as Reeves is going to get called for dragging the foot in the travel. But she's able to knock that one down. It's her first points of the contest. They'll move the basketball in front of the Bulldogs bench here, as they'll try to inbound against the full court pressure from Jane Addams. With the basketball, that's Hunter. Hunter crises it. Kicks it over to the high corner. This is Sinclair. Her shot goes off the left side of the glass. Reeves able to pull down the rebound for the Mustangs. That was Aguilera. Now she gets it to Lofton. Lofton loses it as she tried spinning just a little bit too fast, and it'll go out of bounds. Ryan Evans will inbound for the Mustangs, trailing by 5. Back to Evans, drives baseline, kicks it back up, it gets tipped away. Sinclair got a hand on it to knock it into the backcourt, but Akins will chase it back down. Mustangs will get a second opportunity here with 4:16 to go in the half. Aguilera with it down in the far corner, kicks it back up to Akins. Having Charlotte Sinclair at the top of that zone really makes things difficult. She's got a lot of length in the arms, really makes things tough at the top. Akins with a long 3 from the corner entirely misses the mark. Aguilera gets it and puts it in. She'll get fouled and have the opportunity for the old-fashioned 3-point play. The foul will go against Katie Hunter. That will be her first personal foul. Team first of the quarter here against Mahomet-Seymour. Aguilera gets the basket. It's her first 2 points of the basketball game. Free throw is up and no good. Katie Hunter will grab the rebound. They work the basketball in. Penelope Bird gets the advantage, runs in, puts it in for a quick 2. It's a 13-11 basketball game, as Penelope Bird now has 4 points here in the contest. 3:30 left to go in the first half. A little bit of a different look at the zone here. It's more of a 2-3 base now. You've got Cloward and Freeman back up at the top for the Bulldogs. They've previously been working in a 1-2-2, and that's where Sinclair was at the top. They get the ball down. Ryan Evans, 3-ball on the way. No good. Loose balls. It got tipped around. Akins chases it down. Aguilera to the free throw line. Jumper for Reeves is good. Chloe Reeves knocks it down from 12 feet. Her first basket of the game. 13-10. Bird with it. Now they get it to Cloward in open space. Tries to toss it down into Audra Hunter. It gets tipped away. Cloward comes back up with it. Gets tipped away and blocked by Lofton. For all of the accolades that we've talked about here in 2.5 games for Mahomet-Seymour's height, as a shot comes away out of the hands of Freeman and it's no good. It'll be a jump ball and possession will go back to Jane Addams. The Mustangs front court is not anything to be scoffed at. Lofton and Aguilera are very nice inside, and Evans is just strong enough to make herself a presence inside when she is able to penetrate on the baseline and get the basketball to the short corner. 2:40 left to go here in the first half as the Mustangs get the basketball. A little bit of keep away now as the Mustangs are trying to figure out how to get into this zone. Evans drives in, up with the right hand and good. Ryan Evans with a nice move, up and under with the right hand. It's now a 13-12 basketball game. 2:08 left to go here in the first half. Tipped away as Reeves got a hand on it. Akins comes back up with it. Mustangs with an opportunity to take the lead here. It's a runner from Reeves, no good. It'll go out of bounds off of Mahomet-Seymour. First basket of the game for Evans, as all 5 starters for the Mustangs have now got into the scoring column. Kennedy Ashby will check in here for Mahomet-Seymour, 8th grade guard wearing number 3. Akins takes a few dribbles with the basketball, kicks it back now to Evans. Akins has already knocked one down from long range here in the first half. Instead tosses it back out to Evans. She'll dribble around to the left side. 1:40 to go here in our second quarter of play of our third place contest. Dunlap and Mount Zion coming up in the championship in what should be a fun one. Lofton goes up for 2 more. And the Mustangs have taken their first lead of the contest. It's 14-13 Bolingbrook with 1:25 left to go. Jimmy Lanfear takes a timeout. He didn't like what he saw in the defensive stance. We will take it 2. It's Jane Addams 14, Mahomet-Seymour 13. As we take a break, we'll be back in 30 seconds on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours on You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours on You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours on You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Mahomet-Seymour took the timeout. It is their first of the contest. First timeout taken by either team here in our third place game. Jane Addams will back off here on the full court pressure as we start to reach the end of the half, maybe trying to avoid a late foul, and there's going to be a late foul picked up there as Chloe Reeves will get whistled for the reach in. That's going to be her second, team second. We have not seen Bolingbrook go very deep into its bench at all. They're going to right now as Tamaya Robinson is going to check in, an 8th grade forward. Number 5 on her jersey as she gets her shoes double tight here before she checks in. 1:10 left to go here as Reeves will sit down. So a couple of big starters here in foul trouble early for Bolingbrook Jane Addams. Hunter with the basketball. They whip it back around to the volleyball line out to Freeman. It's a long 3 ball on the way from Katie Hunter. That one's off the mark, chased down. Aguilera was going to grab it. Instead lets it go out of bounds, and the Mustangs will walk it up the court here. 58 seconds left to go. We'll take a quick break. When we get to halftime, come back with some halftime statistics and more for you and get you ready for the second half. They get the basketball into Aguilera, goes up with the right hand, and good. Leilani Aguilera gets one down, and it is a 3-point lead here for the Mustangs. They have shifted a little bit out of that 1-2-2 that we saw earlier, and in this 2-3 set, the Mustangs have been able to attack a little better. They work the basketball around. At the elbow is Bird, tries to toss it into Martin. It gets tipped out of bounds by Leilani Aguilera. This is easily been the best contest we have seen out of number 42 for the Mustangs here in the tournament. Sinclair will check back in, along with Cloward for Mahomet-Seymour. 18.5 seconds left to go. They get it into Bird. Goes up quickly with the right hand off the left side of the rim is no good. She'll get her own rebound. It's a fight with Aguilera for it, and the officials will whistle a jump ball, and it'll stay on the side with Mahomet-Seymour. It's been a fun contest here so far. 2 teams trying to take home a last win on the last day of the season and take home a third-place trophy. Sinclair with it. Tosses at the free throw line to Bird. Nowhere to go. It's now Hunter. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. They've got to get a shot up. They try to get it into Sinclair. It's an up and under. As Cloward thought she might have gotten fouled, the officials deem otherwise, and we've reached the end of our first half of play. It's Bolingbrook, Jane Addams 16, Mahomet-Seymour 13. We've reached halftime in the third place game. We'll be back in just a few minutes here on Central Illinois Sports.
Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Western Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Western Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Western Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com. Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Damon Plumbing offers septic installation, drain cleaning, new water lines, remodel work for your home, or if you're planning a new build, make sure you include the Damon boys. To get it right the first time, no job too big. Have you seen Braden and Doug? Or too small? Sorry, Corby, couldn't resist. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
We welcome you back here to Parkside Junior High School in Normal, Illinois. You're watching exclusive coverage of the IESA Girls Basketball State Championships here on Central Illinois Sports. This is our 4A 8th grade third place contest between Bolingbrook, Jane Addams, and Mahomet-Seymour. Jane Addams has rallied back to claim a 3-point lead here at halftime in what has been a very nice, very fun contest between these two teams to kick off our evening. Let's go down some halftime scoring for you here tonight. For Bolingbrook, Janice Akins has 3. Maria Lofton has 5. Ryan Evans has 2. Chloe Reeves has 2. And Leilani Aguilera has 4. A little bit of foul trouble here on the Mustang side as Maria Lofton and Chloe Reeves each have 2 fouls in the front court here for the Mustangs, so it'll be something we'll definitely be keeping an eye on in our first few minutes here of the third quarter. On the opposite side, for Jimmy Lanfear's Mahomet-Seymour Bulldogs, Penelope Bird has 6, Katie Hunter has 3, and Charlotte Sinclair has 6 for Mahomet-Seymour. For Mahomet-Seymour, if they win here tonight, it'll be their best finish in school history for girls basketball. And for the Mustangs, they're hoping to finish up here with a third-place trophy and grab their 24th win of the season. We remind you, coming up later on this evening, it'll be the Mount Zion Braves taking on the Dunlap Panthers in our state championship contest in what should be a very, very fun contest between the very tenacious full-court defense of Mount Zion and what is undoubtedly the best player that we have seen in the tournament, and that is Dunlap's point guard, Kiara Haywood. It should be quite a challenge to see how the Panthers will react to this full-court zone, or full-court press, And for Mount Zion, they're going to have to shut down some very talented shooting and a very, very good ball handler in the hands of Haywood. You are watching the halftime show here live on Central Illinois Sports. We're going to step aside for a couple of more minutes. When we come back, we'll get you ready for second half action here. It's our third place contest in Class 4A. Don't go anywhere.
You're getting thirsty, bold, refreshing. So good. I mean, dude.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
Once or twice a year I might get the cold or a flu, and my wife calls it the man flu. So you know what that is.
Yeah.
What do I love about our team? We have a good chemistry. We all work together.
I mean, come on. I've got the best job in the world. Sometimes they say, oh, I like to do handstands.
Yeah, I taught Brian how to do the handstand. That's all right.
And every day, I mean, it's a fun day.
Yeah, it definitely makes me proud to be here.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Addams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Go team go! Great Rivers Bank has a digital banking app worth cheering for. Move your money, pay your bills, deposit your checks. Hooray! Hooray! Set up a budget, manage your debit card, set up account alerts, and so much more. Our digital banking will give you a reason to stand up and cheer for banking. Learn more at greatriversbank.bank. Great Rivers Bank is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Getting you back here live from Normal Parkside Junior High School. Bolingbrook, Jane Addams, and Mahomet-Seymour here in our third place contest in 8th grade class 4A. Dunlap versus Mount Zion, our championship game coming up here, scheduled for a 7:30 tip-off. It'll be the Mustangs to inbound here to begin our second half. Starting 5 on both sides here to take the court to begin the third quarter as Bolingbrook will begin. They get the basketball way down into the corner. It's a long 3-ball in the hands of Reeves, and she'll knock it down. Chloe Reeves knocks down another long shot, and it is a 19-13 lead here for Jane Addams. Mahomet-Seymour looking to push the pressure here. It's stolen out away by Evans. Evans drives in, goes up with the left hand, gets partially blocked, and it'll go out of bounds on a nice defensive stop from Lily Meyer. Just underway here is now Lofton and Reeves both have 5 points after the last three-pointer here at the hands of Chloe Reeves. Akins will fire one up. Goes off the front of the rim. Lofton gets the rebound. Goes up. No good. Penelope Bird able to snag the rebound for the Bulldogs. Just underway here in the third quarter if you're joining us live from Normal Parkside Junior High School. As a travel in the backcourt in the hands of Lily Meyer will give it back to Jane Addams. Nobody really in foul trouble here for Mahomet-Seymour. Just whistled for 3 fouls in the first half. As we remind you during the halftime show, Maria Lofton and Chloe Reeves each have 2 for the Mustangs. They kick it down into the corner. Reeves, ball fake, drives in, gets stopped. She'll have to kick it back out, and Evans will reset. Way down to the corner once again. This is Reeves. Kicks it back up to the top. Akins will drive in just inside the arc. A long jumper is no good, and Meyer will grab the rebound. Stolen away, though, by Reeves. Mustangs get a second opportunity here after the turnover. Cross-court pass now stolen away by Cloward. Cloward on the run. Larceny goes up for the layup, and it's good. Marley Cloward gets the steal and the deuce, and it's a 19-15 ball game. Full court pressure now employed here by Mahomet-Seymour. Evans will get the basketball and bring it across. Works out of the double team, now back to Akins. Into the corner. Reeves fires up another one off the front of the rim. No good. Fight for the loose ball. Katie Hunter able to snag it for Mahomet-Seymour. 4:15 left to go here in the third. Hunter with the basketball, works it down to Penelope Bird. Bodies up and under on a nice ball fake, can't finish, and Akins will grab the rebound for the Mustangs. Crossover dribble in the backcourt, brings it across the time stripe and works to the left side. Reeves with the basketball, drives in, gets bumped, instead it'll go out of bounds. Nice little defensive stop for the Bulldogs. Willie Freeman will check back in for Mahomet-Seymour as Cloward will try to work against the extended pressure here from Jane Addams. Bird with the basketball, back to Hunter, who will dribble it across the time stripe. Going all the way with it as Katie Hunter gets blocked as Lofton able to knock it out of bounds. 19-15. It's a fun one here so far in the third place contest as the crowd starting to pile up here just a little bit. We expect to see a nice crowd here for the championship game between Mount Zion and Dunlap. Bird with the basketball at the left elbow, kicks it back out. Cloward's three off the glass, in and out, no good. Hunter will fire one up. Her shot doesn't find the mark either, and Jonice Akins comes well with it. One-handed pass down to Evans. Nice look. Evans hits the floor. It's a loose ball, and Cloward will come up with it for Mahomet-Seymour. Jonice Akins has some nice court vision. She can see things that others can't, including that steal. Akins, steal, layup, up and good. Jonice Akins gets a larceny in the layup. It's a 21-15 basketball game here with 3:05 left to go. For Akins, she's got 5 points on the night. Mahomet-Seymour, Bird with the basketball, and she will get called for the travel as she was trying to find Sinclair and could not finish. One-handed pass as they get it to Aguilera. She'll come across the time stripe, now finds Lofton. Lofton goes up with it. She'll get fouled, though, as Katie Hunter will get whistled for the call. For Hunter, it will be her second. Team first of the quarter against Mahomet-Seymour. And now Katie Hunter being tended here to by the medical staff as she may have caught a hangnail or something, favoring a finger that might be bleeding just a little bit. Kennedy Ashby will come back in for Mahomet-Seymour as they get Hunter off of the floor. Maria Lofton will step to the free throw line here, 5 points on the evening. She has led this team so far in the first two games of the tournament with 25. First free throw is up and good. Jane Addams now leads 22-15. Still tending to Hunter now. She's back to the bench, so we'll expect to see her back on the floor here shortly. Second free throw is not good. Lofton misses both, and now Cloward will bring it across the floor for Mahomet-Seymour. Over to Freeman. A pass now as they thought Ashby was going to take it. She was cutting through the lane, and instead it'll be out of bounds. Hunter will come back in along with Audra Martin. Sitting down for Mahomet-Seymour will be Freeman and Penelope Bird. 2:36 left to go here in the third quarter. Reeves with the basketball as Mahomet-Seymour really extending this zone defense now. Akins with the basketball. Reeves over to the left side now, down to Evans, into the short corner to Lofton. She has nowhere to go. Reeves will fire up another three. It's no good. Marley Cloward with the rebound. Mahomet-Seymour trying to attack and cut back into this 7-point hole. Hunter with it way far away from the basket, almost down into the opposite corner. They try to get it into Sinclair. She can't hold on to it. It'll be a turnover again here on Mahomet-Seymour. Evans with the basketball. Ball fakes and gets it into Aguilera. She'll body up against Hunter. Goes up with the right hand and good. Leilani Aguilera's got 6. It's a 24-15 ball game here as Jane Addams is starting to come alive in the third quarter. Aguilera with the steal. Aguilera goes up. She'll get fouled and she'll go to the free throw line as Marley Cloward will get whistled for the call. For Cloward, it will be her second personal. Second of the quarter against the Bulldogs. And it'll send Leilani Aguilera back to the free throw line. She has had a heck of a game here so far. 6 points on the night. She only scored 2 in the first 2 contests here of the tournament. 1:26 left to go here in the third in what has been a very fun basketball game. She'll miss the first, and now that's been 3 in a row that the Mustangs have not been able to cash in on. Penelope Bird will check back in for Mahomet-Seymour. And it looks like the Bulldogs will call a timeout. We'll take it 2. It's a 1-minute break. You're watching the IESA Girls Basketball Championships live here on Central Illinois Sports.
I have to speak to you about something that is concerning me. Heard you and your mother talking about this Arlo fella.
You're dating someone?
Yeah.
Dad, Arlo's the name of the new security cameras that we got from our service provider. Arlo's not a boy. Oh, boy.
Ah, not a boy. Apparently, we just learned that it's a camera named after a boy. Why don't you name it Peter?
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already, he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply.
Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Back to live action here. As the first free throw, as Aguilera gets the second free throw. That makes it 7 points on the night for Leilani Aguilera. It is a 25-15 advantage here now for Jane Addams. Cloward will push quickly into the front court for the Bulldogs. Pass tipped away and stolen now. Here comes Reeves, now tipped away from Sinclair, and Mahomet-Seymour gets it right back. 1:12 left to go here in the third quarter. Katie Hunter with a few dribbles. Gives it back to the point guard. She'll work at the volleyball line. Now tries to toss it into Bird. Goes through her hands, stolen away by Jane Addams, and now it's a loose ball. Freeman on the floor with it, and Jimmy Lanfear will take another timeout. It's a 30-second break. Come right back with us here on Central Illinois Sports.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this year. If you're looking to get your team shirts or just looking for spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square foot of retail space in our shop. Stop by and see us and check out our offerings. Business lets us help you promote your brand. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, and laser engraving. Thank you to everyone in our community for the support over the last 16 years. Thank you for supporting local. Press Yours On You, 506 West Wood, Camp Point, Illinois.
Mahomet-Seymour takes the timeout. It's their third of the basketball game. They've got 2 remaining. Jane Addams has not taken a single break yet. Less than a minute here on the clock in the third quarter. Mahomet-Seymour now trailing by 10, their largest deficit of the ball game. They try to work it down into Sinclair. It gets tipped away on a nice play from Lofton. Now it's Bird. 8-foot jumper off the back of the iron is no good. Sinclair was fighting in for the rebound for Mahomet-Seymour, along with Aguilera for Jane Addams, and the jump ball will be called, and the Bulldogs will inbound underneath their own hoop. 44 seconds left to go here in the third. They toss the basketball back behind the arc to Cloward. Now down to Hunter, and she'll travel as she saw the opening on the baseline and just got a little too headstrong too quickly. And it'll be a turnover on the Bulldogs. Jane Addams defensively has really started to clamp down and make things difficult here for Mahomet-Seymour in the late part of the second quarter and the third. Evans dribbles through the double coverage. Kicks it now down on a nice pass down into Aguilera. She'll get it in for 2 more. Leilani Aguilera having a night. She's got 9 points here on the evening. It's a 12-point advantage for Jane Addams. 20 seconds left in the third. Freeman drives in, and they say she'll travel. And it'll be a turnover on Mahomet-Seymour. Jane Addams with one more opportunity here maybe to extend this 12-point lead. 16.5 seconds left to do it, and it's full court pressure from the Bulldogs. Reeves with the basketball. She'll try and dribble, picks it up. Overhead pass now to Aguilera. Back to Janice Akins. On the wing, looking for Lofton. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Akins dribbles nowhere to go. Somebody's got to go up with it. They'll toss it back up to Evans. It's tipped away. Evans fires it up, but it's no good even if it counts. After 3 quarters of play, Bolingbrook Jane Addams 27, Mahomet-Seymour 15 in our third place contest. Come right back with us for fourth quarter play-by-play here live on Central Illinois Sports.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agriservice Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agriservice. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agriservice, serving agriculture since 1962.
Welcome you back to Normal Parkside Junior High School, where Jane Addams out of Bolingbrook has a 12-point lead over Mahomet-Seymour here in our Class 4A.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Addams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire.
Time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Addams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Brad Wellman. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
Mahomet-Seymour takes the timeout. We apologize. We had a couple of audio issues there that have kind of sidelined us audio-wise for the past couple of minutes. But Mahomet-Seymour takes the timeout. It's their fourth. They've got one left here in the contest as the Mustangs will inbounds, and Reeves will get the basketball across the time stripe here for Jane Addams. They work the basketball up to Ryan Evans. Down in the corner now, it's Reeves again. Her three ball is no good. She'll grab her own rebound. Kicks it back out now to Akins. Gets tipped away from Sinclair. The long arm Sinclair of Charlotte Sinclair knocks it into the backcourt, but Akins able to chase it down for the Mustangs. 2:50 left to go here in the ball game as they work it down to Reeves in the corner, and she'll get called for the double dribble. As we were saying, as we didn't really understand that our audio was not entirely working, that this Bolingbrook team has a lot of nice pieces that really just kind of come together in the right way. Ryan Evans doesn't get in the scoring column a lot, but she really does a lot defensively and ball handling wise for this team. And of course, girls like Leilani Aguilera, who just come up with the steal here and get it to Reeves. Reeves goes up with the right hand, and it's good. And it's now a 35-15 ball game. Reeves now has 7 points on the night. Cloward with it. Ball fake. Tosses it down into Sinclair. Sinclair will get it up for two more. That's the first points of the quarter for Mahomet-Seymour. Sinclair has 8. As we'll get a timeout here for Jane Addams, I think necessarily just to get some people in, but they're going to go ahead and take the timeout too. It's a 30-second break. We'll come back live on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account, plus ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back to live action here as Jane Addams took the timeout to get some substitutes in. That includes number 3, Bryce Delamorte, 7th grade forward, along with number 5, Tamaya Robinson, who's seen just a little bit of time here early as Jane Addams was in some foul trouble. There's 2:13 left here. Jane Addams likely on their way to the third place trophy here tonight. Evans will get the basketball down to Delamorte in the corner. Cross-court pass now. This is a shot from Robinson. Her shot is no good, and the rebound comes down into the hands of Lily Meyer. A couple of substitutes also got in here for Mahomet-Seymour. That includes number 23, Faith Benedict. As now she gets the basketball down underneath. Goes up with the right hand. It's no good. Rebound fought for. Lofton comes down with it. Also checking in was Maddie Bain for Mahomet-Seymour, an 8th grade guard wearing number 1. They toss it down. Hunter will get her hands on it. She's had a very nice defensive tournament, has Katie Hunter. For this Mahomet-Seymour squad, there's a lot of talent here as they move into the high school ranks. A lot of length and front court experience here to build on. And there's two things you just can't teach when it comes to athletics and basketball. One is height and one is speed, and the Bulldogs have a lot of height. 1:20 left to go here. Evans with the basketball for Jane Addams. Throws up a prayer as she was about to travel. Bain will come down with the rebound here for the Bulldogs. 1:10 left to go as Hunter will now be the ball handler. And Jimmy Landfrey will take his final timeout just for substitution's sake here. Checking in for the Bulldogs is number 13, the 8th grade guard Nora Wang. We've seen her come in to the applause and excitement of the student body here. Bain will inbound for the Bulldogs. 1:02 left to go in the contest. They'll work it over to Wangs. At the left elbow, it's Bird. Dumps it down now into that's Benedict. Her shot no good. It's a loose ball. Bird will pick it up now for Mahomet-Seymour. Drives in. Tosses it back to Faith Benedict. Jumper rolls around and good. Faith Benedict's in the scorebook. Her first 2 points of the tournament. And it's a 35-19 ball game here as we're down to about a half minute to go. Delamorte with the basketball. Kicks it back out to Ryan Evans. Now back over to number 12. This is Daniela Smith, a sixth grader who's checked in here for the Mustangs. Delamorte fires up a three, and it's good. Bryce Delamorte knocks one down from 19-9. Give her 3 points. It's a 38-19 game here as the bench players starting to get themselves in the scorebook. Nora Wang with the basketball. Works it down to Benedict. Tries to toss it into Bird. Knocked away. 10 seconds left to go. Long three ball on the way from Lily. Myers off the glass and good. Meyer knocks it down. And that is likely how our ball game will end. Bolingbrook Jane Addams will take third place. They defeat Mahomet-Seymour 38-22. We'll step aside for just a minute here on the postgame show. We'll come back to show you the award ceremony and give you final scoring from this one. It's the third place contest from Class 4A for the 8th grade level for our girls. We'll be back in just a minute on Central Illinois Sports.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Timely application of crop nutrients based on soil test results and the individual yield goals is the focus of the agronomy team at Logan Agriservice, Inc. Logan Ag delivers anhydrous ammonia, dry fertilizer, UAN, liquid starter, and our lineup of Logan Agri-Yield micronutrients direct from us to your field. Striving to get the right fertilizer products at the right place in the right field at the right time, that's Logan Agriservice. For fertilizer and application services, call 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit us online at loganag.com. Logan Agriservice, serving agriculture since 1962.
If you have that drive and you want to do more with DOT, then there's opportunity there for you to do that. It's not the typical job that you would expect it to be. Like, it's just super fulfilling. When my life needed opportunity, I chose DOT.
We welcome you back to Normal Parkside Junior High School for the postgame show here of our third place contest for the 8th grade Class 4A state tournament. As Bolingbrook Jane Addams has defeated Mahomet-Seymour 38-22. They are getting prepared here for the trophy and medal presentations here at Parkside. For Mahomet-Seymour, they will fall to a record of 20-10 on the season. They'll finish with a 4th place trophy. For Bolingbrook Jane Addams, a record of 24-1 to finish 3rd place in the state here. We remind you coming up soon will be our championship game between Dunlap and Mount Zion, as we've got plenty of fans lined up here. It's kind of a neat little setup at Parkside. There is a rather lengthy gap between the court and the seating bleachers here, which allows some parents to have a little bit of room here to move around and get a nice spot to get photos of their kids and teammates and friends as they get ready for award ceremonies here at Parkside. Let's tell you about some final scoring here tonight in this one. For Mahomet-Seymour, Marley Cloward finishes with 2. Lily Meyer finishes with 3. Penelope Bird finishes with 6. Faith Benedict with 2. Katie Hunter with 3. And Charlotte Sinclair leads the Bulldogs tonight with 8 points. For Jimmy Lanfear's squad, as they're starting to get some of the players recognized here. And we'll tell you about the rest of these players here tonight for Mahomet-Seymour. First off, they're giving away the sportsmanship awards for these teams. This is something they've started doing at the regional level and moving up through the entire tournament. Lily Meyer receives the sportsmanship pin for Mahomet-Seymour, and for Bolingbrook Jane Addams, it's the very talented point guard, number 1, Jonice Akins. You'll expect to see those online at the IESA Facebook page. Let's go down the roster here for Mahomet-Seymour as they get ready to receive their medals. Number 1, Maddie Bain. Number 2, Marley Cloward. Number 3, Kennedy Ashby. Number 5, Lily Freeman. Number 11, Lily Meyer. Number 12, Macy O'Connell. Number 13, Nora Wang. Number 14, Madison Morgan. Number 20, Penelope Bird. Number 21, Mackenzie Bonham. Number 22, Penelope Porter. Number 23, Faith Benedict. Number 30, Katie Hunter. Number 32, Charlotte Sinclair. And number 33 is Audra Martin, as they introduce the team from Mahomet-Seymour for you here. Kenny Lee, the superintendent for Mahomet-Seymour. Nathan Mills, the principal. Mr. Doug Fisher, the athletic director and IESA contact here for Mahomet-Seymour. A great guy to follow as well on Twitter. Does a lot of nice things to promote these schools and their athletes here on the social media, does Doug Fisher. The Bulldogs, 538 kids in grades 6 to 8 out of Champaign County, taking home 4th place here in the state of Illinois tonight. Handing out a couple of additional medals here for some statisticians and scorekeepers, and the assistant coach, Maggie Franklin, as they start to work through the roster here and start awarding medals. After we finish up here with award ceremonies, they'll have a 5-minute break to allow parents to get photos. We'll get reset on the stream. If you want to watch the championship game, you're more than welcome to. Your subscription is already paid for it. We'll just start up a new stream here in a few minutes that is specifically for the Dunlap Mount Zion championship game. We also remind you you've got access into all of the championship games coming up here for 1A, 2A, and 3A, along with this 4A contest coming up. You can bounce around. Put one on your tablet, put one on your TV, put one on your phone. You can watch as many as you want here on Central Illinois Sports. Getting ready to introduce the Mustangs here of Bolingbrook Jane Addams. They finish in 3rd place here. Let's give you the whole rundown of their roster. Number 1, Jonice Akins. Number 3, Bryce Delamorte. Number 5, Tamias Robinson. Number 12, Daniela Smith. Number 23, Maria Lofton. Number 24, Ryan Evans. Number 31, Chloe Reeves. And 42, Leilani Aguilera. Final scoring here tonight for Jane Addams. Jonice Akins finishes with 7. She finishes the tournament with 17. Bryce Delamorte with 3. Maria Lofton with 5. She finishes the tournament with 30 points. Ryan Evans with 4. Chloe Reeves with 7. She finishes the tournament with 14. And Leilani Aguilera, the high scorer of the night for Bolingbrook, with 11 points. She finishes with 18 points here in the tournament after only scoring 7 in the first 2 games. Now as they start to award medals to the rest of the team here from Bolingbrook, Dr. Rachel Kinder, the superintendent at Jane Addams. Sonia Ruiz, the principal. Athletic director is Mr. Jason Lebrowskian. 390 students in 7th and 8th grade out of Will County in the Valley View Conference. This has been a very fun 2 teams to watch here. We have really enjoyed the length and the post play of Mahomet-Seymour, and we've really enjoyed the all-around play of Bolingbrook Jane Addams, who really clamped down defensively here in the 2nd and 3rd quarters to start to pull this one out of reach. A really good tournament out of Maria Lofton. A really great game here tonight out of Leilani Aguilera, who's now accepting her 3rd place medal. And, of course, some really nice ball handling out of Ryan Evans and Jonice Akins here for the Mustangs as well. Christina Miller, Monique Armistead get their medals as well for the coaching staff. And now we come to trophy time here as Mahomet-Seymour will step forward to grab their 4th place trophy here for 2023. Audra Martin and Katie Sinclair will step forward to claim the plaque for Mahomet-Seymour. And as we step forward on the other side for 3rd place, it'll be Jonice Akins, Maria Lofton, and Ryan Evans taking home the 3rd place trophy as the team from Bolingbrook celebrates. We are going to step aside here. We thank you for watching our 3rd place contest here live on Central Illinois Sports. When we get back, we'll reset things for you. It'll be the championship game, Mount Zion and Dunlap, coming up here from Normal Parkside. You've been watching the IESA, Girls Basketball Championships. This has been a Central Illinois Sports production.